Hello everybody, this is That Zoo. Welcome back to Let's Play Sonic 3D Blast on the Genesis. This is the final zone, so this should be the final part, oddly enough. So yeah, this also, oddly enough, this should be the hardest zone. Go figure. So yeah, let's do this. This is Panic Puppet Zone. Now this zone is a bit of a non-sequester from the other zones. As in, both acts are only one section long. So yeah, they're pretty lengthy sections though. So yeah, so you don't get skimped out that easily. As you can see, you saw the Flicky here was in the capsule here instead of inside an enemy. So that makes them really strange. But I guess Robotnik didn't have enough time to stuff the Flickies inside robots, so he just had them in capsules. Well, it makes them easier to break. To get. It also means you don't have to destroy any enemies in this zone. So yeah, you relish in that. You can avoid combat if you need to. The enemies and Panic Puppet are just there for extra points, pretty much. You also got switches and conveyor belts that flip the switches flip the direction of the conveyor belt, so yeah, you need to do that. They're a bit of a non-sequester. And it's pretty much Robotnik's final fortress. But that's FF, this is PP, Panic Puppet. I need to take a PP right now. I guess I should have done that before I recorded. If you can get a big enough running jump, you can jump up that section without having to land on that platform, which is what I try to do. Because isometric platforming sucks. Speaking of which, we're going to have to do some here. Because I want these rings. And I'm going to count how many times I'm going to melt through the platform. That seems to happen. I just sort of melt through the platform even if I land squarely on it. There, that worked out better that time. Yeah, that usually causes me so much headache. It sucks. Hate that part. But oh well. There is an alternate way to get up there, which I probably should have taken that. But yeah, these walker things, that was stupid damage, but yeah. Those walker things, like Metal Gears or some mini Metal Gears or something, or spiders or whatever. They shoot out balls on four sides there, and then they go around in a clockwise or counterclockwise, and it kind of sucks. I guess it's clockwise, so you gotta be careful there. So you can blindside them when they're not shooting out of the one you're currently located at. And they must have done this on purpose because there's 99 rings here in this section until the very end. As they probably did that to freak you out because, you know, 99 is such a really weird number. If you want to, you can take this lift back to the start in case you missed this Flicky up here. But again, it's no way back, so you have to make your way through the act again. That's in case you missed that. In case you missed that Flicky up there, or you want to go grab the shield or those extra rings you skipped over or whatever. But I'm not going to try to go up there again. I'm going to go up this way. It's easier. Let's go down this way instead. And we're at pretty much at the end of the act here. And I lost the Flicky, so I gotta get that. I want to get that switch while I was under invulnerability because those turrets suck. I have to try to stay away from those turrets. So yeah, this conveyor belt takes a long time. So by the time you get across, your invulnerability is going to run out. If you want to go back, you can flip the switch back, but we don't need to. Here, there's 4 rings, and we're at the end. See, these are quick. These are harder but quicker. And if you don't trigger the mine, you can trip it while you're flying back. I thought that was funny. Yeah, fly away! 3:31. It's almost 3:33. Oh well, hey, it's 3:33 right now when I'm recording this. How odd. So now, Act 2. Act 2 is where all the trouble is. As you can see, there's no Flicky counter in the bottom right corner. That's because there are no Flickies in this act at all. Let's just get to the end. It's been a while since we had one of these. Just get to the goal. Well, it's the only 3D Blast zone where it's just get to the goal without any extraneous things. So yeah, we want to get over here. We want to get the shield. The shield will be great for us. So I'd spin dash through that so I can get up here. That lift takes you up here. So that's why I decided to skip over these and try to go for the shield right away. So I'd be protected. There is a second shield, but it's not until way later in the act, so you want to try to hold on to this one for as long as you can. Try to hold on to this one for dear life, because this is some tricky platforming here. And because of the perspective screw, you can take some stupid damage. You gotta be careful here. You got some lightning cannons, it's like the fire cannons from Volcano Valley. Do not go for that speed up. It's not worth it. Unless you're speed running, don't go after that speed up. It's not gonna be worth it. Trust me. It's gonna cause more trouble than it's worth. Both after you get it and while you're trying to get it. Now this is pretty tame so far, but then you get to areas like these where you have to navigate through these lightning poles. Again. And watch out for the mines. And for some reason things are different color here. You saw some enemies are different colors, the mines are different colors, the pellets are different colors. I don't know why everything's off color here. I guess Robotnik decided to change it up for the final zone. There's an extra life there. I have no idea how to get that. Please, if somebody knows how to get that extra life, please tell me. It's sort of just like by itself. Please, if you know how to get that extra life, tell me, because I would like to know. Even though I never need it, I would like to know how to get that. No, wait. Oh, never mind. I figured it out. Learn something new every day. That's how you get that extra life. You break through this button here. You may notice this giant statue may look familiar. Just break through that orange section there. I figured it out. Never mind. No assistance, please. Oh, hey, it's Robotnik. So yep, this is a Panic Puppet Act 2. You're climbing a giant statue of Robotnik here. And I like how this stage ends. I like it. It's awesome how this stage ends. So, turret. Screw you, turret. Again, I like how everything's off color for some reason. So, see another one of these lifts here, like in Volcano Valley. Be careful, you can get crushed by it, so be careful. Just like the ones in Volcano Valley. Dang it, man, let me get on there. Hate this. Come on, don't melt through the platform, thank you. There, don't have to do that. Here. And coming up here is a screw you part. They just say screw you, pretty much. Especially if you're just rushing ahead. You see there's an enemy up here, and it's one of those guys that shoot bullets in Quackly's form. You take this lift up, but be careful when you go up, because if you're not careful, you can get blindsided by a bullet if you take the lift up at the wrong time. Which sucks. It's a screw you. They must have realized it because they put a shield right there after that point. They must have realized that was a big screw you point. So, they rectified it by putting a shield there. So yeah, we're pretty much at the end of the act now. These are pretty much points of no return. You can't go back to get rings after you pass this point. So you just have to keep going. And you end the act by going up Robotnik's nose. We're going gold digging. I just like that, how you end it by going Robotnik's nose. 403. We might not get the 1,100,000, but still 1 million. Now this boss is a marathon. This is a 3-part boss. In each form of the boss has 8 hits. So you can see each form is going to have 2 arms here. And each arm does different things. For example, these arms crush you when you stand under them, and you have to hit them in the armpit when they glow. And if you stand behind them, it'll start shooting. You'll start shooting pellets, or if you stand out of range. So don't let them do that. They're kind of hard to avoid. It's kind of hard to get them to stop too. So you have 4 hits for each arm, and there's 3 phases. So that's 8, 16. That's 24 hits in total. So yeah, this is a really mega boss here. Good thing the first form is pretty easy to beat here. Just crush your arms, not too hard. Careful, let me hit it. It's very glitchy on the timing sometimes on when you can hit it. Now these things here are the fire arms, and I didn't run into it. That's glitchy. Running the firearms. If you hit him fast enough, he won't shoot a full fire plume out, which is kind of neat. So you can see it's a bit shorter than the usual ones. It's like the ones in Volcano Valley, which I never really bothered to show you because I beat Robotnik pretty quickly. But again, 4 hits each arm. Hit him in the armpits when they flash. You know, yeah, way to show your weak point with a flashing area. And dang it, game. Come on, be nicer. Now this third one can be a bit of a problem if you don't know how to handle it. These are machine guns, as you can see. but if you hit him fast enough, he won't shoot any bullets out. Good thing is because these bullets are pretty hard to avoid if too many of them get on the screen. So you want to try to hit him in the armpit as soon as you can, because these things can be kind of a jerk to avoid. So just hit him fast enough, and this form is actually kind of not bad. But if you let too many get on there, you're going to have a heck of a time avoiding it all. But yeah, let's hit 23 and 24. Yeah, that's a marathon boss. So many hits. And if you didn't get all the emeralds, this would be the final boss. So 211. Yeah, you're not going to beat this boss You're not going to beat this boss quickly. If you get it under 2 minutes, it's impressive. So yeah. So yeah, if you have all 7 emeralds, you go do a special thing. Prepare to fight the final weapon. If you have all 7 emeralds, you go to the final fight. Yep, final fight. You fight the final boss. This boss again has multiple forms. I think it's this first form is these laser hands. You just have to stay out of the way. Not big of a problem. He'll shoot 2 volleys of lasers and come in. So you bop him. This thing has 5 forms here. 5 different forms. The second one is a fire, homing fire. I like the blue fire. It's a nice effect. I like that. I'm sorry the camera's going a little whack here. Hopefully you'll be able to tell where I am at least and where the hazards are. And he'll come in after the 3rd fire plume, and the flame will magically disappear after the hit. Now this 3rd form is a brass knuckles or squash knuckles. There'll be knuckles. There'll be hands here, and he'll try to squash you. So though he missed, he'll do this for 3 times. You gotta listen for the sound effect. You want to get out of the way as it's winding up. He'll try to squash you thrice. Here, then he'll send the knuckles. He'll send the hands on the far ends and shoot them out toward you and try to ram you. Then he'll come in and he can bop them. Yeah, and Form 4, here we are. Form 4 is our homing rockets. He'll shoot up in the air and try to bop down on you on the tile you're standing. And he'll come in. Oh, but I missed. See, if you miss, you have to go through the phase again. The homing rockets one probably has the most strict timing on it, because he just sort of pops in there really quick. So you can, yeah, and this is the 5th form. It's a machine gun. But if you stand here, you can avoid all the bullets easily. The sweet spot. Just stand here. Sonic's just chilling out. He'll do 4 volleys, then he'll come in, and you get him in there. So that's 5 hits. Now to beat him, you have to do this twice. So this boss has 10 hits. You have to go through each form twice. But again, for it being a final fight, it's still pretty easy. Oh, I wasn't paying attention. Personally, I think the Panic Puppet Act 2 boss is harder than this. Like, I think Panic Puppet Act 2 is harder. The whole zone is harder than this. Even though I am taking stupid damage. But still. Again, I think the boss of Panic Puppet's harder than this. This really isn't a very hard boss. Dang it, camera, sorry. It's actually pretty darn easy. Just pretty easy patterns to avoid. So that's Siete 7. And this again. I don't know if there's a butter spot where you can stand where neither hand gets you. But you gotta be careful. I wouldn't stand where the 2 meet. It's better to be on one end. So you can just run away without fear of the other one coming down on you. You know, bringing the hammer down. So yeah. Again, do the speed drive-by, the spike drive-by here. And come in here, you fool. Now, this seems like a stupid move on Robotnik's part because he's clearly vulnerable. Why is he clearly making himself vulnerable? He's just willingly coming in. How stupid can he get? It seems like a questionable move on his part. Video games, they don't have to make sense. Except we need one more hit. Just the final machine gun. Here, stand in our sweet spot again. I like this blind. It's just a blind spot. The bullets just never come here. Sadly, there's no blind spot on Phase 3 of the Panic Puppet boss. So 10 hits, and the final boss is done. Let's glitch inside him. Yeah. Sonic got through the final fight! Well, you do get a score tabulation after this. Again, you're not really going to beat this boss quickly. So our final total was 1,084,000, I believe. Good. And the ending sequence. Oh yeah. Again, thank you, Sonic. You saved us from Robotnik. We are grateful for your efforts. I just did what I wanted to do. Nobody messes with my friends. See ya. The Flickies have been freed. Peace and freedom came back to Flicky Island again. Yay, and you can see all the zones there, kind of. So yep, that's the end of the game. Again, the Saturn version is a bit different. The Saturn version has different music, different colors, different graphics, and different special stages. It's basically, but it's the same game. The layouts of the levels are exactly the same. So yeah, it's not really a different game, though. The music is kind of generic, but again, I may do the Saturn version at one point. But like I said, I'm gonna have to do that in one run because the Saturn version doesn't have a save feature, and I don't have the PC version. So I have to find about an hour and a half or 2 hours to do that in one run. And since I have to do it in one run, I might not be a stickler about taking damage. It depends. Because I just sort of... the more I play, the more I degrade. I'm better when I'm fresh. I might need 5 or 10 minutes to warm up, but I perform the best when I'm fresh. So the more I play, the more I degrade. So by the time I get the Panic Puppet in the final fight in the Saturn version, I might just be taking stupid damage all over the place. But yeah, I might do the Saturn version down the line. And the Saturn version have full FMVs for the opening and the ending. And during the credits, the Saturn version has a pretty nice song, and I like it. It's called You're My Hero, or something. You're my hero, or something, something. Oh yeah, that's the end of the credits. And that was the good ending. I don't know what the bad ending is, because I never got the bad ending. But yep. That was Sonic 3D Blast on the Genesis. Oh, I think the bad ending is Robotnik just standing there. Robotnik just standing there with the remaining emeralds there, saying, try again. But yeah, that's the end of Sonic 3D Blast on the Genesis. Like I said, I might do the Saturn version down the line, but maybe in the future. Like, at least 3 months from now. Probably. So yeah, that's the end of the mainline Genesis games. Genesis-era games. I did the mainline Game Gear games, I did the mainline Genesis games. There are still the side games, like Spinball and Labyrinth and stuff, which I plan to do, but I don't know when I'm going to do them. Again, I can't do Advance, so I can't do those alongside Sonic Adventure and stuff. But yeah, that's pretty much wrapping up the mainline Genesis era. Again, I'm going to do the side games. I'll probably do them alongside. Again, I don't know, I'm kind of debating it. Should I do the side games first, or should I move on to the next mainline game? The next mainline game would be Sonic Adventure. Don't know. I don't know. Should I or shouldn't I? I'll think about it. You'll know on Monday. So yeah, I guess I'll see you. I got something to think about, I guess. I'll see you guys next time. On Monday, you'll figure out whether I decided to do the side games first or move on to the next mainline game. Either way, I'll be fine with either. So yeah, see you guys next time. Yep. See ya, fools. Haha.